Okay, Hare Krishna.
No problem, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah, keep on speaker on. I don't know.
Start the class, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for accepting almost like a last minute. I called you late at night, and thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I just opening the Bhagavatam. So please bear with me. In the meantime, I can chant the Mangalacharan prayer. Om Gnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shlakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakammalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 29, and verse number is 42. Shravanti Sarito Bhita Not Sparsati Udati Viryata Udadiviyata Agnirande Sagiribhir Bhurna Majjati Yat Payat. So this is the chapter explanation of devotional service. The Lord Kapiladev is instructing Mother Devhut, answering Mother Devhuti's question. Hare Krishna. Word meaning Shravanti, flow, Sarita, rivers, Bhuta, Bhita, fearful. No, not. Utsarpati, overflows. Udati, the ocean. Yata, because of whom. Agni, fire. Inde, burns. Sagiribi, with its mountains. Bhu, the earth. No, not. Majjati, sinks. Yat, of whom. Bhayat, out of fear. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, our eternal Father, Master and Lord. Out of fear of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the rivers flow, and the ocean never overflows. Out of fear of Him only does fire burn, and does the earth with its mountains not sink in the water of the universe. So, let's see. This is the Supreme Personality, is the Supreme, and His authority no one can neglect. So then we have seen before also all the trees and all the different entities. They are following the we said nature, Mother Nature. So Mother Nature, in Mother Nature, all the entities are obeying Krishna, and out of fear of him, they are obeying. So here in this verse also, it says about the rivers are flowing, and the ocean never overflows. So there are so many, and like so many rivers, they flow to the ocean, but the ocean doesn't overflow. And that's because of the fear of the Lord, that he cannot leave his limit. And the fire also burns. Doesn't matter who touches it, who touches the fire. Even the child who doesn't know anything, very ignorant, still burn. And knowingly also, ladies are cooking. Now, anybody is cooking. Men also are cooking. So then sometimes we are neglectful, then we also get burned. So that's the nature of the fire, and it doesn't leave its nature. And the bhumi, earth, has so many mountains, very, very heavy mountains on it, but doesn't sink in the ocean. Because this universe, well, let's see, Prabhupada is explaining very nicely also in purport. So I will read the purport now. We can understand from the Vedic literature that this universe is half filled with water, on which Garbhodakshayi Vishnu is lying. So in the beginning, when all the universes are coming out from the Mahavishnu, and so then Mahavishnu is the first Purusha incarnation of Krishna. Mahavishnu is also called Karanakshayi Vishnu, because he lies on a Karana ocean. And so from the pores of his skin, all these universes are coming out in a seed form and expands. And they expand, and then this Karanakshayi Vishnu expands himself further as a Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, and he enters each and every universe. But when he's in the universe, it's all dark and it's very hot. So Lord perspires. And with that, the half the universe is filled with his perspiration. So that is what here is explained. Prabhupada has explained. From his abdomen, a lotus flower has grown. So Lord Garbhodakshayi Vishnu's navel, the lotus flower has grown. And within the stem of that lotus flower, all the different planets exist. So you can see this, how it is. And then all the planetary systems, 14 planetary systems are in there, in the lotus stem. The material scientist explains that all these different planets are floating because of the law of gravity or some other law. But the actual lawmaker is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So then scientists, they discover now, because they didn't know before anything. So then they saw that it's something, there's a force. So then that is hold them. They have this potency, but they don't know where this potency has come from, and why they are doing this. All this universe is floating because they are obeying the law of Krishna. So they are floating. And who is the lawmaker? The Prabhupada is explaining. But the actual lawmaker is Supreme Personality of Godhead. When we speak of law, we must understand that there must be a lawmaker. We also have we are also following rules and regulations when drive the car, or also other citizens, the law for the citizens, and one who doesn't follow the law, then they are punished. So that is what happens. The material scientists can discover laws of nature, but they are unable to recognize the lawmaker. They can find out the law, but they cannot recognize, they cannot understand, or they cannot find out who the lawmaker is. From Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, we can know who the lawmaker is. The lawmaker is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Without him, nothing exists. Because he is in every atom. In Brahma Samhita is explained, Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastam. So in every atom, Krishna is there. But the thing is, I'm talking about myself, I cannot see because I'm not purified enough. So, but I accept the Shastra and gurus and parampara. So I accept the knowledge. So that's how I can see or I can understand. Otherwise, there is no way I can understand or know. Okay. Okay. It is said here that the planets do not sink. They are floating, but they don't sink. Since they are floating under the order of energy, under the order or energy of the Supreme Godhead, they do not fall down into the water, which covers half the universe. It is so wonderful. But here, I like to mention about this, like after the Jaya and Vijay curse, the Jaya and Vijay are cursed by the son Kumaras, and they fall into the material creation. And they accept, they were in the body of a demon, because that's what the curse for them. So then Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyaksha, even though this is a law that Lord has set for Bhumi Devi, he's so strong because Krishna also gives the strength to him, that he takes the earth and throws it in the Garbhodak ocean. It's out of orbit. But the earth follows the law, but this demon has all this tendency to disobey the laws of Krishna. So that's how they are. That's why they are called demons. And for that, Lord has to come to rescue us from the Garbhodak ocean. So Lord Varaha comes, and when he comes from the nostrils of Lord Brahma, very little, tiny insect-like size, and immediately he grows like a big, gigantic form, and he just roars. Before then, nobody said, "Who is this and what's this?" But when he roared, all the Vedas are coming, the mantras of the Vedas are coming. So every day, Lord Brahma, and they understood that this is the Lord himself. And then he just take a leap and dives in the Garbhodak ocean. And then with this, see the Varaha, they just smell. By smell they can understand, and they follow there. So they were smelling the earth and then follow in the Pacific Ocean. And that was in a, what do you call it, like a mud, in the bottom is like muddy things, and there is earth, so then he just lifts out by his tusk and brings her out and puts her in orbit. So like that. So when there's a law, so then we can understand from this that whenever there's a law of Lord is disobeyed, and it comes in this very extreme that Lord personally comes. And also he just brings out, and then he next challenges, and then he fights here when he next and kills him anyway. So that is one short story. And here, all the planets are heavy with their various mountains, seas, oceans, cities, palaces, and buildings, and yet they are floating. It is understood from this passage that all the other planets that are floating in the air have oceans and mountains similar to those on this planet. So there are so many things that we can understand from it. And also, devotees usually, like Prahlad Maharaj says, when the Lord Nrsimhadev asked him to beg for the benediction. So he said, my Lord, my dear Lord, I'm not afraid of your very ghastly form, but I am afraid of this material energy of yours. So please protect me from her. Like that. So devotees are always afraid of, for that purpose, that their devotional service cannot be hampered to the Lord. And they want the protection from they ask for protection from the Lord. And there is this is a verse, Yad adityagatam tejo jagad bhasayate khilam yad chandamsi yad shagno tat tejo vidimhamakam. Bhagavad Gita 15:12. The planets are revolving in a systematic path around the sun. Even within the smallest atom, the electrons and protons are orbiting around the nucleus in a perfect manner. So this is a little scientific when we observe. I'll just read this and so then we can understand. Thus, from the sub-microscopic realm of the atom to the expanding reaches of the gigantic objects, we can see, like everybody knows about the bacteria and virus, because sometimes we also have sometimes infection like that. So by that we can understand that how the minute these bacteria are, they can accommodate on this pin, head of the pin, many millions of them. So that's how small they are. They are also following the order of Krishna and giving adi bhautik miseries to us. Anyway, from the sub-microscopic realm of the atom to the expanding reaches of the gigantic, the galactic objects, galaxies, this material universe is running like intricate, well-oiled clockwork, according to great natural physical laws and principles. Excuse me, Hare Krishna. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Gam avishya cha bhutani dharyami aham ojasa. Dharayami aham ojasa. I enter into each planet, and by my energy, they stay in orbit. So we can see how Krishna has energies, multifarious, unlimited energies. And with that, he enters in each planet. And that's how they stay in orbit. The laws made by the Supreme Brain always remain perfect. They are never violated. Now let us look into some aspects of the Lord's creation at the molecular level. Chemists find that the different colors in flowers are due to chemicals called anthocyanins, and the different aromas are mostly due to chemicals called terpenes and terpenoid compounds. The molecular frameworks for these compounds range from very simple structures to very complex networks. Camphor, for example, is a terpenoid compound, and the characteristic odor of lemons is due to the molecule called limonene, which is one of the simple terpenes. Similarly, the characteristic colors in carrots and tomatoes are due to molecules called carotenoids, which are higher forms of terpenes. The molecular framework for each definite color or aroma is wonderfully unique. A little change in position of a few atoms in the molecule, a little variation in the geometry of the molecule, or a slight change in the size of the molecule can cause a color to change from orange to red, a mild, pleasing aroma to become repellent and pungent, and a flavor to change from sweet to bitter. This is all on molecular level. And Krishna says, Krishna, he is in every atom, every molecule. The crystalline pattern of each different molecule is unique. The geometrical shape for sodium chloride, common source, for example, is cubical. Charcoal, graphite, and diamonds are all derived from the same element, carbon. And yet, the shining and transparent diamond is extremely hard, whereas graphite is soft, black, and opaque. This is due to the difference in the crystalline forms of these molecules. In the crystal lattice of the diamond, each carbon atom is tetrahedrally surrounded by 4 other carbon atoms. Atoms at a distance of 1.54 angstroms. 1 angstrom equals 10.8 centimeters, something like that. In graphite, by contrast, the 3 bonds of each carbon atom are distorted, so as to lie in the same plane, the 4th bond being directed perpendicularly to this plane to link with the carbon atom of the neighboring layer. This is all looks like it's a very intricate. But anyway, Krishna also says, Kalosmi in Bhagavad Gita, that the time I am, the great destroyer of the world. So, we see sometimes that we just see the effect of when something is destroyed. Why? Then we wonder, why is it destroyed? But it is the following the law of Krishna. all material things are perishable. Everything. So even like we say, the human body, all the bodies, material bodies, but the soul is eternal. Soul doesn't become, it never changes. And in Bhagavad Gita, in this way, we can cite innumerable examples of molecular networks, so fantastically and delicately arranged that chemists cannot but wonder about the most expert hand and brain who is making all these wonderful artistic arrangements in his laboratory. Indeed, the intelligence and ability of the Supreme Scientist, Sri Krishna, are inconceivable, achintya. In Bhagavad Gita, we find one should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable, and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun, and being transcendental is beyond this material nature. So there are so many things we can understand. There is also one, then in the scripture, we also have, there is a verse. Let me see, I forgot. This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. No, it's in the Bhagavatam. Sri Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, 3rd chapter, verse number 17. Ahurharati vai pumsam udayan astam jayan aso tasyarthe yat krishno tasyate yat kshano nita uttama shloka bhartaya. Both by rising and by setting, the sun decreases the duration of the life of everyone, except one who utilizes the time by discussing topics of the all-good personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So, in the time factor in material creation is very apparent, and time destroys everything. And there's Hare Krishna, 1 minute. So when they try to defy the law of the lawmaker, so they will punish. We see there are so many disturbances. We see the flood, and also the earthquake. And then there, like in Ceylon, there was a tsunami. This is all the natural. We see this. See the natural disturbances. Natural are the daivic miseries. But they are not by to take pleasure in it that they are appearing all this. They are all following the laws of Krishna, because the laws are made, and if they are not followed, so we also have here, we can see in the police department. So like driving, we pass 1 time, 2 times, 3 times through the red light, but there will be time that we get caught. So then when we caught, we get, we get punished. Punishment is like they charge, what do you call, in Sanskrit called danda. They have to pay fine. So maybe next time by paying this fine hard-earned money, instead of giving to Krishna, we give to government, motor vehicle departments, police department. So then this is punishment. But we are, I'm saying me also, I'm so blind that I cannot see that this is a punishment. So I should be reformed. So that's how we see all these demons. They, the Prabhupada has explained all this in here, that in Bhagavatam, that all these natural sources, they all follow. The forests are following, the rivers are following, ocean is following, sun and moon and all the planets, they are following the Lord. So there is no problem for them, but they are following out of fear. They are following. So we as a human, at least if you don't have love, if you don't want to love Krishna, but out of fear also we should follow his laws and government laws also. That is also because we get the punishment, but then we just pay the fine and say it's okay, and then we go on again. So, but we don't rationalize that how, by doing wrong, I'm being punished, but still going on, keep on doing like that, following my own instinct. And it is one of the purport in Bhagavad Gita. Perfection of renunciation. So, well, they are also, it's okay, we don't have to say that. Anyway, what is the, so we, in the Bhagavatam, is full of descriptions about how the demons, they make a disturbance and then Krishna comes in the various, very unlimited universe forms. He has multifarious forms. So he comes and he takes care because this is his creation. So naturally, like we have a car, to use the car, we have to maintain the car. So this is his creation. Everything belongs to him. So certainly when there's a disturbance, the demons create disturbance, then he comes and he just fix the situation. Sometimes he kills the demon. Sometimes he have his devotee take care of Durga Devi. Hare Krishna. Durga Devi, she is also, through her also he does it. So every time, but still, it's his doing. Everything is doing by him, like in Bhagavad Gita. It says, by nature, all is things by the material nature, everything is going on. But I think that I'm doing this. By the modes of nature, everything works according to nature. And so then we have in our Gujarati that there's a cart is going, and underneath the dog. So dog thinks that I'm carrying the load, the cart. I'm pulling the cart. So it's like that. Karta hamiti manyate. That's what we are doing all this with this body, acting so many different ways. But it's all under the influence of the laws of the nature, material nature. But the devotees, they also use the body, and at least try to use the body in the service of Krishna, different ways. When by gradually doing that, so then we devotees become purified, and all the activities what they are doing with mind, intelligence, and body turns into devotional service. As in a purified state, whole existence is purified. So then they are devotees like in a spiritual world. This material nature doesn't affect them. So all the following verses are also like this. All these different elements and different, entities they are following after fear. So Krishna consciousness is such a nice and easy thing to do. Prabhupada says chanting, dancing, and when you get tired, feasting, take prasad. So it's done with pleasure. So then Krishna came in his form, in his own form. He came with Radharani's combined form. It's a Lord Gauranga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came. And there's one song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. In that song, he said, there are so many, these songs are very wonderful. And wonderful in a way, it also like a mirror on front of us. Because the body we can see in the mirror, this material mirror. But these songs are spiritual mirrors that shows us what unearths I have in my heart. And I can see. And also, then I know I should work toward that. Try to rectify. So, but then in Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he's just Hare Krishna. Is it time over? Okay.
No, Mataji.
Okay. See, in his songs, he says he represents, he's not like that, but he represents us, all living entities, actually the humans. That's how we are. And that's all he has written in all the songs. Like he says, when I was in the mother's womb, that time, Lord appeared before me. So I had a darshan of the Lord. But then he forgot, and then he just left. And gradually then when I took a birth, after birth, I prayed to the Lord. I said, please relieve me from all this hell. I will worship you when I come. I do bhajan. So please let me out of here. So then, if the time comes, then the baby comes out of the womb. There's so much pain coming out also. Mother's also in pain, and baby's also in pain. So much pain. Very small place, like a small tunnel, just squeeze out the body and come out. It's very painful. So then the baby cries when it comes out. But then all the relatives or and parents and who are there, they say, oh, they just try to pet him and say, try to calm down. And so then they say, oh, this is very nice. Everybody's very nice to me, you know. They are being playing, like rubbing their hair and soft cheeks and try to feed him, try to entertain him by some extra and things like that. So baby thinks, oh, this is very nice. So then gradually it grows and try to then plays with the other kids. And when it becomes a little older, then goes to school. Then studies very hard. Then after graduating, and there's a certificate. And then I just go every country and beg for the service that I want them to do. So how can I get some money? And like that, Vidyara Gaurave Brahmi Deshe Deshe, that I study so much. So now with that, I'm, for what? Dhanu Uparjana Kari, to get the money. And then I got married. And then I had to take care of the wife, then the children, then house. So all this is just come. But then, so like that, now it's now old age. I have forgotten you, Hari. What is my fate now? So it's like, he's just describing like this. So we can see how is it. And in another song, he says that I have forgotten you. But, so by your devotee, he came and he said, oh poor person, oh wretched person, like you, there's so many, in Nadia, Gam, in Nadia, Nadia, Lord has appeared. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His name is Chaitanya. Gauranga. So many wretched people has gone there, took shelter of him, and received the mercy of Gauranga, and then relieved from all the miseries. So you should also go and get the mercy from Lord Gauranga and become free from all the miseries and attain the ultimate perfection of becoming Lord's servant eternally. Very wonderful songs. I don't know why we are not, like here in Baltimore, years ago, we were 3 families rotating every month and gather together, and we also invite so many persons and devotees and doing bhajan, singing bhajan and reading translation. It was so wonderful. Everybody was excited. So this is very wonderful. And all the philosophies are in the songs. Bhaktivinoda Thakur songs, Narottam Das Thakur song, Lochan Das Thakur song. This all the Vaishnavacharyas. They have followed all these Vedas in the song form. And when we sing that, even though if we don't, I know I don't have very good voice, but still I do it anyway, because it purifies the heart, purifies the sitting place of Krishna. It helps me like that. But I still have to do so much. I haven't done enough yet. So I'm hankering for that. Hare Krishna. I think I'll stop here. Anyone has any comment, correction, question? any mistakes, whatever, please say so and purify myself. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my Danat Pranam to you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Mataji. And it's like, you're so much focused on the purport and you're explaining so nicely. So we understood it so nicely, the whole thing. Otherwise, we just read and we forget. So, Mataji, one thing you mentioned in your class, you said that like everything out of fear is, the oceans are staying in their place and everything is happening accordingly. But when these disasters come, like hurricane and earthquake and things like that, so we have to think that that is a time when the nature has not stayed within the limit, and it is like a punishment coming to us through the Lord. Or I would say not through the Lord, because Lord doesn't give punishment. We shouldn't blame the Lord. But it's like some form there is so much of sin on the earth that because of that, we have to face these situations like there's no light, there is water problem and things like that. Can you explain a little bit more? You said it's like a punishment. So do we understand it like that, or is something more to it?
Yeah, this is also done by the order of Krishna, fear of Krishna. Because every time it's not that Krishna comes and he settles the things. So, like years ago, there was so many people were going to Himalayas, something like that. I don't remember, but they were going there. And they also have, I have heard about it. I haven't gone or seen anything like that. But then so many people were going in a bus and all over it. And that it was very high, and it just all fell down, and everybody died. So then explanation was given by one of the sannyasi that that's Mother Nature. She takes care of the sinners. She punishes them. Because all this, they were going there. I don't know, with the devotees, anything, whatever, I don't know. But they have in all these different things that they can engage in sinful activities against the law of Krishna. So then, it's not that Krishna has to come all the time. These are all his energies. So through his energy, he does that. Mother Nature. So sometimes, this plane crashes and so many dies. So what can, if that's made of material energy, and material energy is always defective. There is a defect. Like we see, there are 4 defects in humans. Air is human decision. That we commit mistakes. And there's so many things I forget. A mere illusion. Our senses are not perfect. And we have cheating propensity. So this is on a material platform. All this is going on. So when that happens, when it comes to the extent, like we see, when cancer was so much persecuting the saintly persons and creating so much havoc, we read in Bhagavatam, 10th canto, about how cancer's activities were. He was so then, what happens? Krishna, he comes and he takes care of it. As in Hiranyakashipu, they were also, all the demons like that. But they were in that time, there was just 1 demon, 2 demons like that. But now, and then gradually it progresses that the demons, they were in the different planets. And then they came on the same planet. Now, demons in the same body. We have two natures within us, divine and demoniac, both. So it's always like that. So if the devotees who follow the regulatory principles and surrender to Krishna, so they can overcome all these their difficulties. And the difficulties are all material difficulties in material, because with this place, Krishna describes in Bhagavad Gita, Dukhalayam ashashvatam. This is a place of misery. So what can we expect? In place of misery we go. Like we go to ocean of nectar, then we get the nectar. But when we go to place of misery or ocean of misery, then we get misery. So, but then also we sometimes say, okay, well, this body aches, that happens, this happens, that's okay, I'll just go on. But how long can I go on? I cannot live eternally. I cannot be eternally, because there will be time to kick out, leave this body. Because it's temporary, it's not eternal. Ashashvatam, it's temporary. So then this place is like that. But we are seeking happiness on a material platform. So that's when we see and understand that, when I have money, I'll be happy. When I have this thing, I'll be happy. But it never happens. That's Maya who's directing us. Okay, come here, you will get happiness here. Oh, you didn't get, it's okay. Just come here. I think that it didn't work for you. This should work. Come here. You will get happy. But there is no happiness in the material creation, except for the holy name. To chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In one time, years ago, when there was a war was going on, world war or whatever from. So then, one time the plane comes and they drop the bomb. So at night, nobody can light. Everything should be dark. So that way, the plane comes at night. They cannot understand that this is place they are here. They are living here. So then one time, devotee asked, Prabhupada, what happens? We are here in temple, and we are doing kirtan. And when the bomb drops, what should we do? Where should we go? Prabhupada said, don't worry, just stay there and do the kirtan. You're doing kirtan here, you will do kirtan there. Complete. So, Harinam, eva kevalam, kalo nastiva, bhakti. In Kali Yuga, there's a holy name, Harinam. There's nothing else is worth of anything. Harinam is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If at least, like Prabhupada has also mentioned, that if 10% of the person becomes pure devotees, then whole world will be liberated. So this is because now we see this Prabhupada came one pure devotee. He came from the Krishna anyway, Krishna standing. So from there we can see how many temples and how many people had got the Hari name. At least they have heard, but when we go do the Harinam in streets, so many living entities are heard, not just humans, all the living entities, they heard name. So then there's one place it says that when on the street, if we do the chanting, and doesn't matter if we make some human chant Hare Krishna or not, but that the street becomes purified. So whoever then they walk, they get some, but mercy, it's all like subtle, very difficult to understand. But that sound is very, very sure to penetrate innermost core of heart sometimes, when the time is right. Because everyone has at the different level. So this is what I can understand. Hare Krishna. I don't know if it satisfies you or not. If my answer is okay or not. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, completely. It's satisfied. You're one of a senior, senior person on the call. And we are so fortunate to have you here, and your realization and so many years of experiences, we are benefiting. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the answer. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Please accept my obeisances.
Please accept mine, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we can end here.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki
Hare
jai.
Krishna Mataji, Shyama Gauri Mataji, please accept my pranam.
Very, very wonderful class, very nice Mataji explanation. And you said very true, like when we get, like we do so much, we do get education and get good grades in school and get the certificate of this degree and go for like to the companies and beg, like, give me the job. This is what the result, what we did, like the whole life. So much hard work.
So for that's why Prabhupada has said that chant good 16 good rounds on the beads and unlimited without beads. Just go on, whatever you're doing, chant. The mind will be peaceful and you will be able to do very nicely whatever you're doing. That's what Prabhupada said. 16 minutes, 16 rounds on the beats, very nice rounds. And then unlimited of the beats. We see like Haridas Thakur, he was chanting how many? 300,000 names, lakhs. So completely on the spiritual platform. Lord Chaitanya carried his spiritual body when he left the body and danced in ecstasy. And he personally went out to the bazaar and begged for the prasad to distribute to the devotees. This is wonderful. Live, Srila Prabhupada says, live for Krishna. Whatever lifetime, whatever amount of time we have, we can do that. Try to. But that is a difficulty in this mind. This mind is very, very unsurmountable entity. Sometimes we just say, okay, well, you have done enough now. It's enough. Now you can do this. Just give a little entertainment to the mind in this way or that way. But then it goes on. So that's why Prabhupada has recommended unlimited Harinam of the beads. On the mala, on the japa mala, on the beads, we do 16 rounds. And then unlimited of the beads. So then, Maya Krishna just says, Maya, you just let him off. Don't worry about it. Just go other place where they are not chanting. Hare Krishna. This is wonderful.
Hare Krishna,
I'm so... Hare Krishna.
You go ahead, Mataji.
Oh, you have some comment? Question?
I don't have questions.
Okay. So sometimes I wonder, what have I done that I have received this very amulya means very precious stone, Chintamani. This Harinam Mahamantra is a Chintamani, is a touch stone. Hare Krishna. Yes? Haribol?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah. Thank you so much for this nectarian class, and your classes are always so inspiring and guidance for us. And I feel so fortunate to get your association at every Sunday in Baltimore Temple.
Hare Krishna. I am getting association from you. You're doing so much service. I'm not doing any service.
No, Mataji. So you are, whenever we need, you are there, Mataji. So that is a great, inspiring service.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Same thank you all the devotees who are on the call, and all the devotees. Thank you very much, because they are giving me so much. I haven't done any good thing for them, so I'm ashamed. Wretched person. Hare Krishna. So if there is no question, no comment, no anything, correction, anything, so we can end the class now?
Yes, Mataji, if nobody has any comment and questions, then we can end the call.
Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyascha